Good evening. We present the news summary. Ballot papers for the forthcoming presidential and legislative elections to be held later this month arrived from Dubai this morning. 152,000 ballot papers have been printed. The delegation representing the Electoral Commission, two of the three political parties, and independent candidates taking part in the election oversaw the printing of the ballot papers. There was also a health representative. They are all in quarantine.
It was an early morning Emirates Airlines flight which brought home the ballot papers for the forthcoming presidential and legislative elections. A total of 152,000 ballot papers have been printed, half for the presidential election and the other half for the National Assembly election. They arrived in 4 different packages. The Chief Electoral Officer of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Manuela Amsbury, was leading a 6-member delegation which oversaw the printing of the papers in Dubai. As the delegation had to be admitted into quarantine, as per the Health Department guidelines in view of the COVID-19 pandemic, the cargo was handed over to representatives of the Electoral Commission on the ground after undergoing disinfection. The chairman of the Electoral Commission, Mr. Daniel Ika, the police, representatives of the three political parties contesting the elections, namely the US, LDS, and One Seychelles, were present to witness the arrival procedures. After close inspections, the boxes were then escorted to a secure location. Elections observers from non-governmental organizations, namely the Association for Rights, Information and Democracy, ARID, and the Citizens Democracy Watch Seychelles, CDWS, who also witnessed the procedures, said that they were so far satisfied with the procedures.
All commercial exports of fish above 20 kilos will now be controlled. Exporters will require catch, export, and health certificates. The Cabinet endorsed the requirement earlier this month. Additional controls will also be applied on non-commercial exports of fish and fisheries products. The Principal Secretary for Trade, Sidia Mongru, says these controls will ensure that trade in the sector is being done according to the law, and it will also help the authorities to monitor and manage the fish stock.
Issues of stocks that SFA is currently undergoing, and other requirements being placed on us by importing countries. We need to have stricter procedures to ensure that our reputation as Seychelles is kept at a high standard. So going forward, any accompanied luggage below 20 kilos will not require an export permit, except for 2 species of fish that will be expended on. And anything above 20 kilos will be require an export permit. And if the weight, but for unaccompanied, meaning going by air freight or sea freight, even if it's below 20 kilos, but it's unaccompanied, meaning you're not checking it in as part of your luggage, it will also require an export permit.
Access to Mission Lodge in the heights of Sanssouci will become chargeable for foreigners and photographers as from the 15th of October. 100 rupee is the sum to be paid to appreciate the scenery. The objective, raise funds to develop the site as a friendly place of memory. The Seychelles Heritage Foundation has indicated that several projects are on the way to make the place a World Heritage Site. 3 statues depicting the history of the missionaries and children who live there are expected to be unveiled in the next few months. A symposium was organized yesterday to commemorate the 151st anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, one of the most renowned personalities who struggled for India's independence from Britain in 1947. The symposium was organized by the James Mankam Institute for Peace Studies, Research and Democracy at the University of Seychelles.
We have organized something called Satya Varta, which you can see, and this is the culmination of that, which is basically discussion about truth. Several eminent speakers and intellectuals from Seychelles participated in it 2 years ago, and we have repeated that today to give it a sound conclusion. We also organized cycle race and rally. We planted 150 trees to mark the 150th birth anniversary. We organized several essay writing competitions, quiz competitions, painting competitions, several small discussions. We have in the process we have the government of India embarked on a big journey to release a book which we presented today called the Anthology on Mahatma Gandhi, for which contributions were collected, writings were collected from world leaders and intellectuals throughout the world. We are lucky to have His Excellency President Denifo also to contribute to in that book, which has been published. A song that was very favorite of Mahatma Gandhi, a bhajan, Vaishnav Jan to Tene Kahiye, sung in the local language by a local singer. We partnered with the University of Seychelles to discuss on some of the ideas and beliefs of Mahatma Gandhi and their relevance in present time. Our foreign policy is largely based on Mahatma Gandhi's ideals. We believe in non-violence and peace. We believe in friendship towards other countries. Core belief that Mahatma Gandhi held was that every human being is good, and we try to treat everyone in the same way.
This was the news summary. Thank you for your attention.